Long ago, people like ancient yogis and Buddhist monks often talked about one important thing: watching things closely. When we watch something, we focus our thoughts on it. This focus helps us bring about certain events in our lives that we want. In this video, I'll explain how you can use your focus to make the life you dream of. Learning to control where you direct your focus is super strong because it helps you make things happen in the world around you. Let's begin right away to learn more about this. Let's learn about how our focus decides the kind of reality we experience. But first, let's talk about how energy moves. Whenever you feel like you're not progressing, stuck in a situation that doesn't change, or facing the same kind of problems repeatedly, it's crucial to know where the energy is stuck. Energy should flow smoothly, but when it can't move, it stays stuck, causing us to face the same situations over and over again. Our focus guides how energy moves. When we pay attention to something, energy follows that direction. What's interesting is that our attention comes in two main types: polar and non-polar. Polar attention can draw things in or push them away. Think of a problem turning into a solution. They're two sides of the same coin. That's how polar attention works, attracting one thing while pushing away another. Now let's talk about non-polar attention, which is neutral and can dissolve what's happening. Now, when it comes to creating events in our lives using quantum ideas, let's consider what this could mean. Imagine two types of focused thinking: positive and negative. When we think positively, life doesn't pay attention to the real feeling, but rather to what we're thinking about. As I explained before, if we strongly dislike something, we end up attracting more of it. Similarly, if we truly like something, we draw more of that into our lives. This is the main point. As humans, we've learned to operate based on fear and survival instincts. It's in our nature now. Survival has become our top priority, and the best way to survive is by avoiding anything that might threaten us. So we're wired to protect ourselves, dodge conflicts, and stay away from risks. Many of us have grown up this way. This conditioning leads us to experience more of what makes us anxious or worried. Consider what's shown in the news on social media. It's often fear that spreads more than anything else. This is how external influences can control and shape our thoughts. Some people are very proud and ready to fight for what they love. That's admirable, but it can also make them ignore what's happening. When someone's angry, it's easy to make them do what you want. And it's just as easy when someone's scared. Fear, anger, and pride keep society stuck, making us act in ways we don't always want to. A lot of people keep having the same kinds of relationships because they can't let go of past hurts. They focus on avoiding the same kind of relationship they had before, which ends up bringing similar situations and partners. Many folks have gone through something that's left them feeling hurt, and they're scared they haven't dealt with it properly. This is where neutral or non-polar attention comes in, but we'll talk more about that soon. Right now, remember, there are two types of attention: positive and negative. Life cares about what we're paying attention to, the things we focus on more. Imagine you're at a turning point in your life, facing a work challenge with a colleague or any other issue. If you look at it positively, thinking it's a chance to grow and become stronger, you'll attract positive energy. But if you see it negatively, thinking it's a disaster with no way out, you'll attract negative energy that matches your thoughts. Life doesn't care if our thoughts are positive or negative. It reacts to what we focus on. If we think something will help us grow, life tends to follow a more positive path. We tend to see more of what we feel good about. But if we think something is bad, we end up attracting negativity. Here's the thing: when we feel good, our mind sees things positively. When we feel bad, our mind sees things negatively. How do we know something's bad? Sometimes it's because we're scared. Fear makes us more afraid. When we feel a certain way, we look for reasons to make that feeling stronger. Why? Because feeling makes us feel alive. It's how we survive. When we're scared, we start thinking about all the things that might go wrong. And that's when our negative thoughts start affecting what we focus on. The important thing is to connect your feelings and thoughts. When you feel bad, your mind starts creating negative thoughts, leading to more negative experiences. But there's something important called neutral attention. When you face something with neutral attention, it doesn't affect you. For instance, when something bad happens, you can look at it without feeling good or bad. It doesn't change your life. The situation just fades away. Lots of people struggle with past hurts by giving them negative attention. Imagine when something bad happened before and it feels overwhelming. We tend to avoid it because it's intense and hard to deal with, but avoiding it makes it stick around. It gets stronger, pushing back against you. Our whole life, we keep fighting against things from the past that we dislike, and that shapes how we live. As a result, we keep facing situations that confirm this pain. Remember, every situation has two sides. You get to choose how to see things. It's all up to you. Now that you understand this, let's talk about using it to shape reality effectively. The key is combining polar and non-polar attention. This is important, so listen carefully. There are 3 steps to doing this, and if you follow them, the energy you spend on negative thoughts will fade away. This will give you more energy to focus on creating the positive reality you want. Let's dive into how this works. The first step is acceptance. When you're in a tough situation, feeling like you've hit rock bottom, the key is to accept that it's happened. When you accept, you're not resisting. You can't do both at the same time. Acceptance helps you stop resisting. The idea isn't to gather energy, it's about redirecting or stepping aside. Your goals want to happen, but you might be in the way. You just need to clear that path for them to become real. Start by fully accepting your current situation, whatever problems or struggles you're facing. Imagine you're okay with them happening. You see life moving forward despite these issues. You're not scared or haunted by the worst scenarios anymore. This is important because some worry that by accepting the worst, they'll attract it. No, that's not how it works. By accepting it, you stop giving it energy through resistance. If you keep resisting, you'll keep fueling it, making it more likely to happen. But if you accept it and step aside, that's where neutral attention comes in. Acceptance is like neutral attention. To change anything in life, you must start with total acceptance of this very moment, completely embracing it. The present moment is always changing. You can't hold on to it because by the time you try, it's already in the past. We can't alter this moment, but we can choose what we want in the next one. Often we think we fail when things happen, becoming attached and letting the worst case scenario take over. But if you accept it fully, it loses its power. The next step is seeing how a setback might be a hidden opportunity. Every event is neutral. It's our focus that makes it positive, negative, or neutral. Instead of seeing it as bad, ask, how could this possibly be good in my life? Consider it a blessing in disguise. Sometimes things happen to protect us. Maybe there's a reason why it occurred. Maybe it's saving us from something worse. Have you thought about that? When you've accepted what happened, it's easier to see potential benefits. If something bad just happened and the pain is fresh, it might be hard to see any positive side. That's okay. First, reach acceptance and acknowledge what happened. Once you're in a calmer state, you can start thinking about how it might turn out to be positive. The last step is to keep focusing on what you want. If you're in a state of complete calmness and acceptance, you have the freedom to choose what you desire. Mastering this makes you incredibly strong. It shapes your path in life and decides what experiences come your way, and it all comes down to what you focus on. Many ancient cultures and religions talk about this idea of paying attention and observing things closely. Here, we're doing both. We start by using neutral attention, then move to acceptance, just acknowledging what happened without judging it. Next, we try to see the potential positives, and finally, we focus on the good. When we're in a calm state, this process becomes one of the most powerful tools we have to create the reality we want. As someone shaping reality, your attention is your strongest tool. When you master directing it well, you can create the life you desire. So, if you're feeling bad today, it's okay to accept that feeling. Once you're in a calm state, then you can shift your focus to what you want instead. But trying to hide or push away your feelings might cause trouble later. Even positive affirmations can be a way of avoiding feelings by pretending they're not there. This three-step method, used consistently, has the power to completely transform your life. When you accept, redirect, and focus on what you desire, you stop wasting energy on resistance. You start using your attention wisely to shape your reality. Acceptance isn't giving up, it's acknowledging the current reality. In this state, our path becomes clearer, showing us the way forward. By embracing the worst-case scenario, we stop wasting energy fighting against it. This allows our attention to become a force for change. When we focus on what we want, reality adjusts itself accordingly. As creators of our reality, we have the power to decide our paths, shape our experiences, and carve our destinies. The real change starts when we focus on what truly matters in our lives. Move ahead confidently and purposefully because you are the one designing your future. Thank you for being part of this journey. If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they can benefit too, and leave a comment below to share your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. Thank you for watching and joining me. Take care and see you soon.